Hulk Hogan gets cooked by Shelton Benjamin. AEW announces a new book. Plus, the righteous are granted their release from All Elite Wrestling. All this and much more right here on the WrestleHavoc News. What's up, everybody? It is yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, right here on the WrestleHavoc News. We got a lot of things to talk about right here on this edition of the show. Before we get into all this craziness, please make sure to like and subscribe to the WrestleHavoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the frickin' referee would say, ring that damn bell for more notifications. Also, check out episode 2 of the WrestleHavoc podcast. The link will be in the description below. Also, as well, I will be going live on Friday, giving you guys my preview and predictions for this weekend's Backlash, as well as on Saturday, in which I will be giving you guys my reactions to the Backlash PLE. Plus, of course, I'll be going live as well on Sunday for episode 3 of the WrestleHavoc podcast. Be on the lookout for all of that content. The link will be in the description below. But without any further ado, let's get straight into the news. Now, in our first story, we're going to be talking about the one and only Hulk Hogan. Let's be real with ourselves. Hulk Hogan is kind of the laughingstock of the wrestling industry nowadays. Don't get it twisted. Without Hulk Hogan, this business wouldn't be where it's at. But man, you gotta be honest, the guy's an idiot. Of course, him and Eric Bischoff announced Real American Freestyle Wrestling. And of course, Hulk Hogan is running his Real American Beer. Not to mention all of the amount of lies that Hulk Hogan constantly talks about on his podcasts. Saying that he was gonna be involved in Metallica. You get my drift. This guy be saying literally anything. It's baffling and hilarious at the same time. But on the Pat McAfee show, Hulk Hogan has been getting a certain wrestler's name wrong on a consistent basis. Of course, I'm talking about Ain't No Stopping Me Now, Shelton Benjamin. Hulk Hogan was on both the Pat McAfee show and TMZ, basically talking about Real American Freestyle Wrestling, which is the promotion that he's going to launch with Eric Bischoff. And in typical Hulk Hogan fashion, he's been trying to put himself over using Shelton Benjamin's name. The only problem is that he's been saying Shelton Benjamin's name wrong. Instead of saying Shelton Benjamin, he constantly says Benjamin Shelton. Yeah. Now, in a tweet by Shelton Benjamin, he tweeted this, and I quote, "Message to @Hulk Hogan. You lost me forever with your quote-unquote don't get caught speech, or as you would like to call it, quote-unquote an apology speech. So rather than screw up my name and pretend we ever had some sort of camaraderie, which we never had, please do me a favor and keep my name out your fucking mouth." Of course, showing a gif of Will Smith. MVP even replied, "Pathological lying piece of human excrement," which is hilarious on MVP's end. But when it comes to the tweet that Shelton talked about Hulk Hogan, of course, he was also mentioning the quote-unquote apology that Hulk Hogan apparently gave backstage. I believe it was at Crown Jewel back in what was it, 2018 or 2019? If you guys don't know what happened, Hulk Hogan went backstage to a WWE event, and even though it was seen as a quote-unquote apology, in reality, it was kind of a don't get caught scenario, basically telling the talent, oh, sometimes you may get caught in these instances. It wasn't really a real apology on Hulk Hogan's end, but yeah, that is what Shelton Benjamin is referring to. It's safe to say that Shelton Benjamin cooked Hulk Hogan, as you see in the thumbnail. But man, how many PR disasters can Hulk Hogan take? All right, in our next story, we're going to be talking about AEW. AEW announces a new book, and the book is called This Book is All Elite. I'm reading this from F4W Online. Of course, those are the people at the Wrestling Observer, that being Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez. A new book is chronicling the first 5 years of All Elite Wrestling has been announced. The book is All Elite, the inside story of All Elite Wrestling, is set to be released on November 4th, 2025. Written by Keith Elliott Greenberg, the book will be published by Penguin Random House. AEW described the book in a social media post as a quote-unquote a collection of memories packed with unbelievable photos and exclusive interviews. So AEW is going to be releasing a new book talking about their history. I think it's great on AEW's end. Wrestling books are fantastic. I have a couple of wrestling books myself. And 5 years, man. We're right now on year 6, so that is great. But nonetheless, AEW is going to be releasing a new book, and when it comes out, I'm definitely going to pick one up. In our final story, we're going to be talking about The Righteous. Of course, I'm talking about Vincent and Dutch. They were a tag team in AEW/Ring of Honor. They have been officially granted their release from the company. I'm reading this from WrestleTalk's website. The original source is PW Insider. An update on the recent departures of 2 AEW stars, with it now being reported that they were granted their release from the company. Last night, it was noted that AEW and ROH stars Vincent and Dutch of The Righteous were removed from AEW's roster page. After their removal, PW Insider reported that the pair had officially left the company, with their departure happening around a week ago. In an update from PW Insider Elite, Vincent and Dutch had requested their release from their AEW contracts, with their request being granted last week. It is believed that their deals run until later this year prior to their release. PW Insider notes that the split was amicable, with one source noting that there are no current plans for it, that they could potentially pop back up on AEW or ROH programming down the line, just not as contracted talents. There has not yet been any additional word on the Righteous' future plans. They signed with AEW in 2023, and their last televised match was the Tag Team Casino Gauntlet in September of 2024. What are my thoughts on this, man? The Righteous were a very interesting tag team. I thought they had very interesting characters. Not only that, I feel like it was wasted potential. Not on the Righteous, but in terms of creative. I feel like AEW could have done a lot when it comes to the Righteous, and unfortunately, AEW just didn't do that. Unfortunately, they were kind of just put by the wayside by AEW, and it really does suck because they were really talented, in my opinion at least. I loved their video packages. Also, I believe they did do stuff with Elias, aka Elijah, and they definitely made a great pairing. So where do you think the Righteous will be headed next? Let me know in your comments down below. But yeah, that was today's WrestleHavoc news. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, push that bell for notifications, and look out for more videos right here on the WrestleHavoc channel in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the Virgin Referee would say, ring that damn bell for more notifications. And as always, it is yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, signing out. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.